Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the KSUIF podcast. This is episode 6. I am your host, Matt Ackerman, and across from me is my co-host,
Mike Tekeski.
That is right. It's Mike Tekeski. He is here once again, and he's not sick as much.
I'm not. No, I'm a lot better.
Yeah, I'm not as much. I got a little bit sick over this weekend. But wait, hold on. There's someone else here.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
Who are you?
My name is Stephanie Martzaklis. I feel like I'm being interrogated right now. Why are you looking me dead in the eyes?
What have you done in KSUIF?
I've done a lot in KSUIF. You want alphabetical order or chronological?
I want chronological.
Ooh, all right, chronological. So the first thing I ever did was produce a short film.
Wow. What was it?
Together Alone. I know.
Together Alone. That was Zach's. That's Zach's.
Zach Gozen, yes.
That's his love child. That's his love child? No, that's just his child.
That's
just his
love
child. Yeah.
It's his love child.
It is.
With
Yeah.
himself.
Yep. It's between him and
It's
Final Draft. So.
Yeah, him in Final Draft and
Yeah.
his brain in Final Draft, and it's his love child.
Yep.
It's a good love child.
He adopted it, really.
But yeah, you produced Together Alone. How's that coming along?
We are in the final stages of post-sound, and then after that, after we get fully done and get everything leveled, we are going to do color correction and then send it to some festivals.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Very exciting.
So let's get right into it, shall we? We all saw a movie.
Unfortunately.
Okay, we're getting right into it. Yeah, we all saw Alita: Battle Angel, the James Cameron written film and the Robert Rodriguez directed film. That I didn't know it was directed by Robert Rodriguez. I thought it was James Cameron the entire time.
I was well aware that Rodriguez had his hands all over this thing, and I was excited because Spy Kids 3, in my opinion, is cinematic gold. It provided us with
Hold
Ring
on,
the
are you
Dinkster,
saying
so
it's better than Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
am I saying Alita is better?
No,
Or
Spy Kids 3.
I would say they are on the same level.
All right,
I think
just making sure.
if we want cheese, Shark Boy and Lava Girl is just a little bit above, but I mean, entertainment value, they're equal to me.
Well, Alita: Battle Angel doesn't have a dream journal.
Unfortunately.
It doesn't have a dream journal. George Lopez is not a villain. He's not Mr. Electric.
Really missed the mark on that one, honestly.
Really missed the mark. But I want to know what everybody else thought of this movie before I actually say my stuff. I actually wrote some notes while I was writing this or watching this film. I have
Really?
like a couple.
You had the
things.
time to pay attention to watching this movie to take notes.
Of course I did. I saw it by myself after skipping
yeah.
class.
That's true.
I didn't skip class. I did skip class. I'm sorry.
I made him skip class.
But no, let's start off with what is Alita? Who is Alita?
These are questions I have no answers to.
A cyborg.
You saw the film.
I saw it twice.
Alita is a cyborg in the year, what, 2040?
It's like 25XX. I don't know. They didn't say her.
24 something? Because I know that
They do mention it, but
Do
it's
they?
in the text that I didn't read. Because the
Oh,
moment
I
I
didn't
saw
pay
it, I went,
attention.
oh, they're
like,
going to make
it was
me
right
read.
it was right in the beginning. Because like when they were doing the Fox animation, it changed from like 20th century to what,
24th?
24th century, 25th century? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh.
It's whatever. I think it was 25 something because it was 24th century.
Who knows?
I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's in the future. Iron City. It's based off a manga, right? Alita?
Yeah, it is. It's based off like a manga and anime.
The power of manga and anime on my side.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway.
You just wanted to say that joke.
I did. I wanted to say that at least once because I'm never going to be able to say it about this film.
That's true. That's probably true.
So Alita, she scares me. She does. Her eyes are just so unnatural.
Listen,
Yeah.
I got used to the eyes actually really fast. It was
I did
everything
too.
else I had a problem
No,
with.
yeah, I did too. I got used to the eyes. It's just as she kept talking and as she kept expressing her emotions, the more scared I got.
Really?
And it felt very uncomfortable around the first half of it because okay, the only thing that you know about her is that like the head and like the upper part of the torso is like the only thing that's actually left of whatever was her body before.
Yeah.
And then we have, I totally forget his name. I'm just gonna call him Hunter Warrior.
Edo?
Edo?
Edo? I think it's Edo.
Ido.
I saw this movie twice.
He's
Ido.
in the actor that was in
The
every...
Christoph Waltz character.
Yes.
Christoph Waltz.
Yes.
He gave this cyborg a new body.
Well, no, he had a body just
Okay, yeah.
around.
He had this body lying around, and we don't know
No,
why.
Yes.
No, he does. They mention why.
No,
like,
yeah, they mention why, but
when
they
it's
don't find
introduced, they don't explain what it is right off the bat. So to
Yeah,
us,
no
he just has a whole body lying around his house.
Nobody mentions. I like how it's like never mentioned. Like nobody asks like, oh, why do you like? She doesn't ask like, where'd you get this body? She's just like, oh, I have arms now and legs.
Like, whoa, I have arms now. Like, hey, am I supposed to know you? Huh? And okay. And then like once they kind of just go around Iron City, she kind of falls into this moment where it's like, oh, I used to be something different because I can like steal this dog away from being stepped on by a robot.
I mean, I'm gonna go into the dog.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about the dog.
Can
in
I
the
just?
future.
I want to talk about the Iron City design.
Yeah, okay.
It looked a lot like. You guys saw Ready Player One, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I
it
was
looked
thinking
like those,
exactly that.
The stacks or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Like
looked
you could
like
have done something so cool. Like there was cool lighting effects, like during the night scenes.
Mm-hmm.
They had cool lighting. So why didn't they have like little bursts of color here or there? It was all just like beige and gray and ugly, and I hate that.
I think that was the point though, just
yeah,
because
because
they were
it was like we want to show that this is the slums essentially, and above everything else. What's that?
And that would be fine if they showed like the upper class or whatever with the guy who was cosplaying as Blade the whole time.
Oh yeah, the
Mahershala, yeah, his character. But like he has like this upper class,
underused
cool,
character.
Honestly,
character.
yeah, I'll get into that too. But even his like little area, the upper class place or whatever, it was so bland. There was no color there.
Yeah.
In any of these shots.
I mean, where he like when they showed like his apartment, like his penthouse, it was basically just all white and glass and like it was supposed to look very pristine for like where he was. And
I'm so over that with villains that are like, oh, they have to have everything a certain way. It's like, give me some personality with them. Let there be bursts of color in these scenes.
But like
please.
I also can't exactly fault it because they're trying to go off source material, and like when you like.
And also this, I looked up like when the manga came out, and it was like in the 90s. So that's like
So
like,
that's peak dystopian futures.
Yeah, that's and also like that's when like they had a certain style.
Yeah.
That everything wanted to be like Blade. We're like, oh, this guy has sunglasses and he wears black
or
leather.
Blade Runner.
Or Blade Runner, yeah. And I mean, pretty much anything from the 90s where it's like my trope is that I wear a dark black trench coat.
Yeah.
And I talk in a very deep voice. Ooh. But like anyway, yeah, that's whatever. But like as we get into it, the first note that I ever wrote down was when she met Hugo. And I hate how I can tell, oh, he's the love interest.
Yeah.
Why? Because she put her hair behind her ear and was like, "Oh, hi Hugo." What is going on here? And I was like, wait, so this robot's about to have sex with Hugo. Who is Hugo? Should I care about this guy? And then all he does is like show off like, oh, here's how to skate, and like
he's got a sweet motorcycle though. That was like the one.
It's a
thing.
unicycle.
It's a unicycle. Yeah, that is a very.
It was motorized. It's a motorcycle. All right.
This guy's in like. I don't even know how much of the movie this man is in, and I didn't care for him.
I gave zero shits about him, and like when the spoilers.
Are we getting into spoilers right now?
We're getting into spoiler territory.
All right.
But when the moment, when the moment comes up, I'm not surprised.
There are so many
moments.
moments.
The first moment where like
in the rain.
Yes.
When
the first moment comes up.
We're very vague about this. We're trying to avoid spoilers here.
At least for right now, because
we can have a half where we just.
Like I'm just gonna talk about spoilers,
opening.
but like, yeah, if you haven't seen Alita Battle Angel, don't see it.
You know what? I'm gonna say, go have your own opinion.
That's
go
true.
Watch
Yeah,
it.
that's true.
Watch it if you want.
But go in
if you're not
with
interested, then don't watch it.
Let someone else buy your ticket for you.
I bought my own ticket, but it was $5.
Foolish.
It was $5, and I got a big amount of popcorn for it.
That's
so
true.
Whatever. But I saw
go in at least with low expectations.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean, I saw this movie alone, and
I told you to go in with low expectations.
You
after
did.
After I seen
and they
it.
didn't change.
Yeah. I mean,
it
the action scenes though were really cool.
I will give them the choreography and the fight scenes were really good.
Yeah, the fight scenes were really good. That was like the first fight scene that actually came up. I was very impressed. Like, okay, now I'm brought back into the movie, and then we're back into this stuff. Like, okay, please get back to the fights, and then that's basically what the movie became. But let's just kind of go through it without spoilers, and then spoil it.
Yes.
So, God, it was.
Really? You just didn't?
I after it sat on me for a while. Like, yeah, it was good, but then I was like, I only liked it because of the fighting scenes.
Yeah.
Because they were really good, and like the.
What about the sport that they had in it?
Yeah, that was
Motorball.
Yeah.
Motorball. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I like that a whole lot.
It was an interesting thing. I didn't understand the rules entirely. I
I
didn't know
think
if it was like
It was
supposed
like
to, like-
a race, but also
yeah, but like were people
uh,
dying?
It's a race.
No, I don't
it's-
think so.
Well, I mean, they die in Motorball because they're like mostly cyborgs and all that stuff.
But
Well,
then like
no,
if they're
like,
mostly
they-
cyborgs, why were like all the human kids in Iron City playing it?
because they won't
It's
kill
a
each
skirmish.
other.
It's just there for fun and like for practice, I guess.
But like, I think it's like almost, if I were to compare it to any, it's like fuck, what is it called? What is it called? There's a game mode in Mario Kart Double Dash called Shine Thief, where one player takes the shine and has to drive around with it and has to hold it the longest until the end of the game. And that's basically what Motorball is, except for you
Motorball- but, like,
score at the end.
Motorball is mostly just like you kind of gotta get ahead with the ball.
Yeah.
So like you can be ahead, but if you don't have the ball, then you're screwed.
But then everyone behind you has weapons that they can absolutely dismantle
True,
you.
yeah, and like, but like she used the ball as a weapon most of the time.
To be fair, though, since they are... Oop, I bumped the mic. Bumped my pop filter a little bit. But to be fair, since they are cyborgs, as long as they don't get hit in the head, I think they're okay.
Yeah, that's mostly it. If they don't get hit in the head, then they're fine. They can go back. It's kind of like racing, like NASCAR racing. If your tire goes out,
they
oh,
do.
well.
They do show the like pit stop for
Yeah,
for that.
So like if your tire goes out in NASCAR, that's basically it. It's
Yeah.
like for cyborgs, like, oh no, I lost an arm. Well, time to get a new arm.
yeah, time to replace that one.
But like Motorball is interesting. The villain was very boring, but like at the same time, I was like I knew that the main villain wasn't exactly going to do anything, and it was just going to be like, oh, we're going to set it up for a sequel.
I think, yes, that was one of the issues I had, was that it's so confident. It's cute how confident it is,
Yeah.
and it's going to get more than one movie, but it felt like, I understand, like, oop, hit it, but I understand this was based off a manga and an anime, so I just feel like they took like 3 issues of that manga and shoved them all together into this film, because there
Yeah.
were like 8 different villains
There were like 8
and
different
like
villains.
20 plots going on.
But like there was only like there were characters that were just meant to be foil characters, and then like there was an antagonist that was kind of just the right hand of the antagonist.
A puppet.
Yeah, a puppet. That's a good way, because he was a puppet.
Yes.
But no, pretty much everybody. let's
Everyone
talk
was a
about-
puppet.
Everyone was a puppet of this antagonist. If they worked for the antagonist, they were a puppet.
Which is an interesting idea, but they didn't do much with it.
Yeah.
Like at all. We don't see like the actual villain until like
The
the
very
last
end.
like
Yeah.
10 minutes of the movie.
and all of it's kind of like it's at the end. It kind of made it seem like it was all wrapped up in a bow,
It didn't.
but it wasn't.
It didn't.
It's like it's set up for another sequel, but like the characters,
What characters?
exactly.
You know, I was honestly more interested towards the end about the like war that happened between like the Mars.
Yeah,
installation
like
I
and
yeah.
was
Earth.
so lost with what do they call it? It was so stupid. I
It was
laughed.
like the Mars. Yeah,
Erm?
Republic. The
United Republic of
right,
Mars
yeah,
or something.
you
I
mean
laughed
Erm.
out
I was
loud
like-
when they said
Or
on
like,
screen.
do you mean as in or like do you mean as in URM? Why? But like this stuff's based off a manga, right? So like if I
Yeah.
spoil anything, it's like you should have read the manga. You should have watched the film. But like I don't know if I want to. But let's just spoil it. So we're gonna get right into the first spoiler that I wanted to talk about immediately.
Wait,
was
can I just also say though, this is spoiler part too.
okay.
I love how everyone has the worst robotics.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
Cyborg, like this guy comes in at the beginning and literally gets a Lego arm of motion.
Yeah.
Like he can only move it up and down and has 2 little like claws and goes like tink tink, like he looks like a crab.
Like,
And then
It's
Alita
good
comes down with a full body and full like movement and everything. It's just like, okay, thanks, Doc.
like thanks very much. I mean, I can grab everything that I want.
Oh, I can
whatever.
pick up a cup and not put it to my face.
It's like,
awesome.
well, if that's all I need, then whatever. But yeah, Hugo, what a horrible goddamn character. Like, I
Yeah.
can't say anything else about it. Like, he's just there to be the love interest, and then they have like the oh crap, he's working for the antagonist.
Which I saw coming.
Yeah, I saw it,
immediately.
but when it came, I was like, oh, they're doing
Here's
this.
what I was.
And there's gonna be a liar reveal thing where like Alita's sad or whatever.
Okay, that reveal made no sense to me because what she sees the bounty he has, it just says murder, but it doesn't say what for. Like, it doesn't say who he killed. He goes immediately into, I just tore them apart. Dude, she don't know that. She just thinks you murdered someone. She doesn't know it was a cyborg. So it made no sense to me.
It made zero sense. But like at the same time, there's like, well, we have like 20 minutes left in the movie. Let's just fix this up.
Honestly, I was really hoping that like he would be like I got like his whole goal was to get up to that city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I was like really thinking like, oh man, he is gonna betray her. Like that'd be awesome. And then it just didn't happen. He was like, no, I'm gonna be good.
I don't know if this happens in the manga, but the fact that they killed this guy twice is
so
funny
good.
to me.
It's funny. Yeah. It's funny because like the second time around when he was climbing up there with the cyborg suit, I'm like, damn, I could see him like walking around like that. But then he got too greedy.
He got a better cyborg body than that first guy that came
yeah,
in.
where did they get this thing from?
Yeah, I think it had another whole body, and this time there was no explanation for it.
It's just, well, I had one lying around, like,
and they all matching colors and like sizes.
He got everything that he wanted from it. Like, whatever, man.
And then it gets destroyed 5 minutes later.
Yeah, he gets destroyed 5 minutes later by Cable Defense System.
The first time I saw this movie, it was with Jackson, and our theater wasn't packed at all. There was maybe 2 other people with us, like 2 other couples.
That was pretty much how my experience was.
When I laughed, there was a guy behind us who went, come on, man. And it was right after the guy fell, and then I laughed out loud. And he just went, come on, man.
Oh, come on, man.
And I don't know if it was at me or at the movie, but I hope it was at me.
I hope it was at both. But it's like, oh, come on, man. Like that's the kind of response I had where like all this stuff happened. I was like, all right, I guess we're going there, aren't we?
I mean, I started thinking about like going into more of like the robotic replacements, like. Francis is in this movie, Ajax.
Yeah, like,
he's in it as a bounty hunter, and he's got like super like detailed like robotics.
He was honestly one of the coolest designs.
I liked his character.
And I was like thinking, like after the movie, I was like, how would he replace anything on him? Like that looks all like specially picked, because he's got like skull things on his back and like it's like how do you replace that?
The only thing he can't replace is his face.
That's true. Yeah. That is very true.
Since we're on the subject, let's get on to that bar scene.
Oh, yeah, the bar scene. That was on
I got a lot of notes about that.
That was my next thing. I said, okay, I put down, it's explicit. I put down bar scene, what the fuck. Because, like, there was a moment where she walked in. I didn't understand what her intentions were when she walked in. She just became a bounty hunter. Like, okay. Yeah. And, like, she comes in. She starts having this, like, I'm more cockier than thou sort of like feeling. And then out of nowhere, like, listen up, everybody.
I know.
We all have a common enemy. I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah.
Did I black out for 2 minutes? Where did this come from? She just like decided to go like, I need everybody's help. And like, where did you come from with this? And then we get back into the moment where it's like, okay, let's just fight.
But like, I really liked, honestly, I think my favorite part was the bounty hunter like mentality that was in it, where they were just like, look, they don't got a bounty on their head. Not doesn't worry me.
Yeah, like if there's no money involved, I'm out. Like, that's fair.
Like this whole the whole movie was like cyberpunk-esque, and that's why I think I liked it a lot more than like you guys did.
I like, don't get me wrong, I really liked the art direction and like the style of it.
Yeah.
I really did, but like the story is just god awful.
Like honestly, it looks, besides the color palette, which is the only issue I have with it, it's a pretty movie.
Yeah.
And the fight scenes are pretty cool.
Also,
and
like outside of that city was like a lot cooler.
Yeah. I wanted to know more about that because it looked like the Earth was pretty much still intact, but everyone's stuck in the city for some reason. Why not just go out to the country?
I don't know. I think that was like.
And like they could leave willingly. Like they just
drove
really
out.
Could.
Like they're just like, we're just
going. So like, why is everyone stuck here? Just go farm.
Maybe that's just like.
I think that's all that's like around the city is farmland.
Yeah, so like, why is everyone stuck in Iron City?
I don't think anybody's stuck in Iron City, but like
I think they just choose to be there.
That's the only way that they can make money, I would say. Like maybe farmland doesn't have like that much.
You could grow your own food and stuff.
You could grow your own food, but like if you live off the land, I don't know. I don't understand the politics of the world. So
I don't think there are any politics here.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
No, there is the Sky Cities. The
whatever.
That was the last one standing.
Yeah,
I think it started with a V, right?
A V.
I don't remember.
Like it started with a V. I think
it started with an E.
E? What? I have no idea.
Oh, Alita, the actual city name. I have no idea.
I think like the. I think
they say it like 20 times, and I blocked it out.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
also, Jennifer Connelly's in this, and I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
She
either.
was a surprise. I didn't know that.
I liked the little bead she had on her forehead.
Yeah.
Like
That
when I
was,
saw
like,
when I saw her, I was
implanted
like,
into her head.
oh wait, why is she here? Like what?
Which they don't really. They try to explain.
They
that.
mention it once as like it's a
It's a
mark.
sign that if you were born up there,
Yeah.
then you have that mark. But like he took it off, so it's not like implanted in them.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a.
It's just
gem.
like a gem. Yeah,
It's
sticky
like one of those.
gem.
It's like one of those sticky gems that you get
from
when
the
you're young. It's
90s.
like,
Right,
There we
yeah.
go.
Oh man, we're gonna get into the 90s right now.
we're not gonna get into the 90s right now. We can't
Next
do
time,
that.
next
time we're gonna get into the 90s. But yeah, that bar scene. What he just stepped on a dog.
He
No,
doesn't
he
even do
didn't.
that. He used his finger and just.
Oh yeah, he was just like. But like we didn't.
Which,
hold
um,
on. We should probably preface this. There's a criminal. The first, I guess you could
Garushka?
say,
Yeah.
Garushka? I don't even know how you say
the
his
first
name.
antagonist is like this huge guy, a huge like cyborg dude with like these new shredder claws that like extend out of his hand,
Yeah.
and he kills a dog.
Well,
with
he
them.
didn't have those until like.
No.
The
There was a
second fight.
guy in the motorball games that had them, and then Hugo and his little gaggle tore him off that guy and gave
Yeah.
it to Garushka after Alita beat his
Yeah.
ass. So
And then he
Yeah.
used him to kill a dog at the bar, and then Alita was like,
That poor
"Oh hell
bar
no!"
owner. That guy. He just wanted to sell drinks, and
He
he's like,
said,
"Come on,
"Don't-
guys, I have to clean
off
this
the
up."
off the furniture. Don't do it on the furniture. He said to.
And what
whatever
happens?
his name is.
Alita starts an entire bar fight. Furniture's destroyed. This big guy comes in. His floor caves in.
Oh yeah, he breaks the floor and dives, and falls through.
I just want to mention the dog death. I literally almost walked out the first time we were watching it because I draw the line there. And I honestly didn't see it coming. But then right beforehand, they introduced a guy who has robot dogs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when they killed the dog, I'm like, okay, he's going to bring the dog back as like a robot. And we never see this
No,
dude again.
never. Well,
No, hold
that
on.
guy came back after the
No,
fight.
yeah,
he
he
came
did.
back at the end with the dogs, and he's like, "The guy wasn't a dog person." Like,
Yeah, because he used his dogs to attack that guy.
Yeah, Garushka.
and made him run away. And I was like, yes, I knew that was gonna. I was like, I knew that was gonna happen because that guy
But
was.
we never see that guy again.
we never see that. We never see that guy again at all.
But we
like,
see all the other bounty hunters later on.
Well, we see like
Oh,
we see
well.
like probably 5 of them. 5 of the
well,
ones
you
that were
see-
mentioned.
Which-
Yeah.
I'm going to fast forward a little bit to that scene in which they're at the motorball games with her.
Mhm.
She doesn't seem to recognize any of them, even though she fought all of them, and she's
Yeah.
then surprised that they're all there to kill her.
Yeah.
Was she surprised?
Well, no,
Or was
no,
she just like, "Oh, okay, so it's gonna be
no.
fun."
Yeah, but like she didn't recognize any of them because she goes, "Which one?" when he says they're here to kill you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
Because there was one with the screw head. Like you would recognize her.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I never thought about that. Like, yeah, like why wouldn't she recognize? Like,
the second time I watched the movie, Shelby pointed it out to me while we were sitting next to
Yeah.
each other, and I was like,
Oh, you
"You're
saw
right."
it twice?
I saw it twice. Once with Jackson, and then once with everybody else.
Why would you see it twice?
Because I didn't have to pay for my ticket the second time.
Yikes.
And also Jackson owed me
fair.
candy, so
that's very fair.
That Sky City's called Zalem.
Zalem.
Yeah.
It starts with a Z.
Yeah. Starts with a Z. I was
Zalem.
close with a V.
I was
I
thinking
don't
of
know why I was-
Elysium.
I was thinking Viridian or something like that. What else did I have on my notes about this thing? James Cameron trope. Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. This movie is full of like regular James Cameron-esque tropes where like
Yeah,
the love
they're-
interest is actually revealed to be a bad person sometimes, but then redeems himself and then dies. Because like what Hugo is like, I want to be a good man. I want to help you. He's like, oh, okay,
Just-
and then we hold on to each other with hands, and then I let go. What?
Just like Avatar. He
Just
got
like
an Avatar
Avatar.
body and then ruined it.
What, like James Cameron's just like, I want the woman to survive and I want the men to die. Like that's
Which mood, but
yeah, okay. But like still, like that's awful. I said I don't think water works that way. What happened?
when she jumped into the ship, she was underwater and she walks to the ship.
No, there was like something else that happened with water.
I don't remember anything else about water.
Because like
Water.
it happened with
With the pipe when they were running,
Oh.
chasing her.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think
other thing.
like water did something that didn't
Like she cuts a pipe when she's running and water's like goes straight out. I don't know if that's what you mean.
I don't know, but like there was a moment where like water just like I don't think it does that.
it doesn't.
Or
it
do you
doesn't
mean
work the way.
her single tear at the end where she cuts it in half?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think water. Like I don't think you can slice water in half with a blade.
Could.
That blade would have to be very, very fine. In order to cut it in half.
It wouldn't look that nice.
That metal would be. That sword would be flimsy as hell.
Well, no. I don't think you can cut something like a drop of water like that to those two perfect circles, like pretty much like they were. They would have I think splashed their part.
That was another moment in which I laughed out loud because I couldn't believe they did that.
That was so cheesy because I think that was meant to be like, oh, she's sad because now they're separated rather than being one. Like that's the symbolism you're trying to get here with a tear.
I just got that she's sad.
No,
but she's
no
angry
longer
that she's sad.
Oh yeah, she doesn't
want to be sad anymore.
She doesn't want to be sad. She wants to fight her way through the tears.
Yes.
Oh my god. And what else did I write? I said Mass Effect vibes with the way that like her body looked.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Because like the way, the way that the body looked, like it looked like an armor in Mass Effect Andromeda.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was just like this is in like I saw the Mass Effect. I was like this looks like Mass Effect armor right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then like I couldn't stop thinking about Mass Effect. Like I feel like.
I really like though.
It probably could have been because I saw a trailer for Anthem before it, but like.
Yeah, I really like how the doctor was like when she first finds that her like actual combat body or whatever, and she's like, you have to connect me to it, and the doc's like, no, no, I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not going to do
and
it
because
because I don't want you to be connected to the past. Like, okay, so if she gets connected to it, then something bad's gonna happen.
I liked that.
Nothing bad happens.
I liked that he was like, you have to let your past go, but he's still trying to like make her his substitute daughter. He gave her his daughter's body.
And then in the next scene, that body gets destroyed.
And name. Yes, yeah. In the very next scene, she destroys that body.
And then she has to get connected to it.
Her real name is 99 because she's just a random cyborg or a berserker cyborg. That's what she is. She's 99.
A combat cyborg, really.
Yeah, that's all she is. But like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I did not connect that. That was her name. And I
all she said was 99. Like she was just a number, and now she has a name. Like, oh, that's great. What? Also, like the poster that you see where like she's in like this attire, she has the sword, she has like the
dog blood,
makeup or whatever, like in the poster.
War paint.
No, it's not legit dog blood.
Like,
well, yeah, but
there's moments where she has that like whole attire, but it doesn't show up until the very end.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, so that's how she gets the sword. That's why is there even a reason why she decided to put the dog blood on her face?
I don't know.
I don't think there
because she was like, you killed the dog. Now I have to kill you. like
that was her. But she didn't say that. She just walked up to the blood like, oh,
that was pretty much
I'm gonna
it.
put this on my face. It looks great.
It.
It's semi-gloss red.
And people
42.
just let her do that. Like no one's like, what, hold on.
Like Hugo's not gonna be like, hey, you just why.
She's
why
a
would
cyborg.
you do that?
She's okay.
What? I don't understand how this world works. Like I don't know if it's like post Fallout or something like that where like they just like put blood on their face. I don't know.
And I wouldn't say this is an issue I have with the movie, but it was a little disturbing how much violence is in this. Like explicit violence.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
There's the dog killing first, but then Hugo's friend, who I recognize from Love, Simon, but he's actually sliced in half, and you see it on screen.
Yeah, you see him sliced in half, like
which makes me wonder.
He's not a cyborg.
Which makes me wonder, was this rated R before, and then they cut it back?
I don't know because
that's very graphic.
I think there was a lot of blood, and that like it. I
think they got by only because like it was night, that scene, so it was dark, so you really couldn't tell that it was.
I don't think they
I think
if we could tell that if anybody can tell that.
Well, you also see his body like twice after that. So
and also like characters aren't essentially dead. They just get transported into like.
Also, they cut off Hugo's head and you see it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
but like he was still technically alive.
Does Rodriguez, is he friends with Quentin Tarantino?
I don't know, but he did do Sin City. Remember that?
No, he also did Until Dawn, or not Until Dawn. What the fuck?
Red Dawn?
No, it's
not
Red Dawn. From Dusk Till Dawn.
From Dusk Till Dawn. He did do that.
But I'm wondering if like his relationship with Tarantino had any impact on like his decision to make this movie.
I don't know. I think they were just trying, because I think he was just trying to like keep it to the material that was there, like on the manga and stuff like that.
But again, I'm wondering, like, I don't know how violent the manga is
That's
either,
true.
but like if the manga is very violent,
mean-
why not just make this rated R? Because I feel like I had a lot of issues with the writing and the dialogue because they try to keep like kid friendly almost.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of cursing, but I'm wondering like if this was rated R, would it have been better?
I think what they wanted to do was like make it so like it's entertaining, but not so much that like we have to alienate an entire audience so they can't see it. So like PG-13, like okay, yeah, some kids can see it if they want to.
I mean, when I went to go see it, a mom brought her like probably young teenage, like 13-year-old.
When I walked into the theater, I was like, okay, I'm like the only one here. But there was one dude who was sitting in front of me who was like already there, and I don't know if he was too excited to see the film or like he was already waiting to see the next showing again. But like it was some dude. I'm guessing he was like 50 or something, and he was just sitting there watching it, like okay, whatever. And I sat right behind him and I ate all my popcorn, and like these other people came in and they're just like watching the trailers. They got more ecstatic about the trailers than they did.
I mean, this isn't like Deadpool level violence.
It's not Deadpool level violence,
But
like,
a PG-13, it's one of the more violent PG-13 movies I've seen.
I think
they get away with it though, just because like people are cyborgs.
And
Because like if you think
Well,
about
yeah,
the
but-
first fight, like she smashes this one person, like she smashes their heads.
Yeah,
in.
she smashes their heads in, but
which
like,
is why I think they got away with a lot of the violent, like the fight scenes. She could tear
because
limbs
they're
off
not real.
they're not human.
They're not human.
But
Especially that
again-
guy that gets grinded
But
up. in
again, yeah, that
oh
was
yeah,
awesome.
that guy. But like we didn't see him like his head explode or anything.
Yeah,
like
but
that. It
again,
wasn't
you
too
see
graphic.
Hugo's decapitated head and his friend gets sliced in half, and you see that on screen. So, and they're both human at the time.
Yeah.
So
We also don't see Hugo die the second time. He just falls, and we don't
Right.
see his body. So like they don't go
it's
too
supposed
over.
to be emotional.
It's supposed to be emotional, right? Oh no, he's fallen for her.
I
Don't
want to leave.
Don't look at me like that. It was funny, but like that's. And then I think all I wrote was like Robert Rodriguez directed it, which like threw me through a loop. I was like, oh yeah, now I see it. But
Yeah.
like, it wasn't it. The only good parts about the film were like the fight scenes, and I really liked Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
Like his hammer weapon. Like there was that. It's funny how he acts
he
with
went
that hammer weapon.
full Reinhardt, you know, just
Yeah, like full on Reinhardt with that hammer. Like it's funny because like when the bar scene happens, it's funny to like watch him run with the hammer. Like, oh god, I'm late. And he has to like get in here like, everybody stop.
He's
like,
he's
stop.
he's a dad. They all listened to him too. They all
like,
stopped when he said.
But like yeah, because he's got a big ass hammer. Like that's essentially.
But it makes me wonder, like, how respected was this guy that all the other bounty hunters like listened to him without?
He gives them free upgrades.
yeah.
Like
Does
that's
he?
yeah.
Yeah, he
remember
does.
like when he
That's
walked,
what he
he's like
says.
everybody stop or no more free upgrades.
Oh, see again, twice. Didn't pick that up. So.
Yeah.
And like that because he essentially pays for this place by using the
The bounty
yeah,
hunters.
the bounties.
Yeah.
God, I'm getting too crazy into this. But anybody else have anything to say about this? Because I don't think it's.
I just want to say that I just want to end with the fact that if you're curious about this movie, because at first, when I first saw a trailer for it, like it was a little teaser before I was going to see something else. I was like, I kind of like scoffed at it and was like, all right, this looks weird. And then I didn't hear anything from it until about a few weeks before it came out, and I was like, oh, well maybe I'll go see it or something, you know.
Yeah.
And then I went to see it, and with low expectations, and I was pleasantly surprised.
I mean,
was
I
like,
went in
all
with
right,
low
it's pretty-
expectations, and I came out
pretty
with
cool.
like expectations of similar types.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go in with, if you want to go see a movie that's interesting to look at,
Yeah.
just
Cool
from like
aesthetic.
cool aesthetic, and just from a film student perspective,
Yeah.
the designs of everything is very very cool. They did a really good job with all the designs, but story wise,
There's no story there.
there's
Yeah,
no story.
There's no story. Yeah. And like I just don't really like. I think everyone had a problem with that. Where like, why are we making her eyes big? And like that was just because of their cyborg race. And like okay,
Yeah.
that's
But none of the other cyborgs had her eyes, which was.
Yeah,
But
I think
I
that-
guess like you're right.
She's the last. She's like the last
Yeah,
one.
yeah, you're right.
So
I think because in the
The
like
berserkers or whatever.
yeah, or like the manga, like the actual characters were designed that way. I think.
yeah, I think they were just like trying to. They were trying to do what Ghost in the Shell didn't.
What the Ghost in the Shell do?
They didn't give Scarlett Johansson big anime eyes.
Yeah. But like she gets used to like you get used to looking at her.
Yes.
Yeah, you get used to it.
And like okay, I'm just gonna be looking at that. But like when she smiles and you see her teeth, it kind of scares me because like
Yeah, that
every
was-
single tooth is like special.
Honest to God, yeah, they did something with her mouth too. Like they made her mouth bigger or something.
Like, no, her mouth was like smaller. Like,
Yeah.
It like made her eyes much bigger than it should have been. But
Her head's like a V, you know. It's just like her mouth and chin are really small, and then it just gets bigger as it goes. Like her eyes.
This movie by no means is a good movie. I wouldn't even call it entertaining, but it's one of those movies that has moments.
It's a moment. It's movies that has a moment that you just have to see. Like,
yeah.
But you don't have to see it more than once.
Like honestly, we could talk all day about how funny Hugo's death scene is, but you're not gonna know until you watch it happen.
You're not gonna look at this movie and be like, oh, okay, I just won't watch it. Like, no, you have to see it and understand why it's funny.
Yeah. If you go in with low expectations or the expectation that you're gonna go see a comedy, you're gonna have a great time. Because the second time I was having a blast because everyone was losing their minds.
It felt awkward. Like, oh yeah, and like the one line that really felt scary to me was like when she was put into the berserker body and his nurse made the comment, I guess she's older than you thought she was. And I was like, stranger danger. No, thank you.
That followed by the next line, which is, look at you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, cut that a little bit.
All right. I just want to add one more thing. The only line that I can really remember was Mahershala Ali's line when he was saying, I'd rather be the king of hell than like
again, it had
the
moments.
god of heaven or something. I don't know.
Or then like
a
a
servant
of heaven.
Oh yeah, servant
Again,
of
there
heaven.
were some lines that were like really cool, like the "fuck your mercy" line.
Yeah.
I liked that line a lot. I don't think it was in the right place.
No. But like it was still good.
It was still a really good line. So
I think that's kind of like James Cameron's thing, where it's like he has the lines, he just doesn't know where to place them. Like I feel like the bar scene would have been a lot better if they had like a scene or whatever where she transitions into that, but she just goes straight into listen up, people.
Well, because there's no good follow up to that. She's just like,
like
I'm a bounty hunter now, and then she's like, and now I'm rallying you guys up, like
not to
make an
backpedal
army.
too much, but back to your mention about like because she's older than you thought. We don't know how old any of these people are. We don't know
That's
how
true,
old
yeah.
Hugo is because I thought he was like 16,
Well,
but
like,
like
at the same time,
he's
I
drinking
think-
alcohol in a scene. They go to a bar and they don't get carded or anything.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's just the rules of the world where they're like they don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's
There's no
rules
society.
of the world. We don't know the politics other than like, okay, in order to get up to the city, you have to.
You can't.
You
can't.
can't. Yeah, you can't
you
get
got-
up to the city.
No,
It's an
you
entire
can.
lie.
You can if you want. I mean, if guy
you're-
up there wants your eyes and your brain and everything.
Oh yeah, like
That's true, yeah.
that was something that didn't quite click with me right away. Like, oh, did they just like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like
To
just
use
got rid of
it
her.
for experiments or something.
Yeah, like I didn't like they just showed hands and eyes and a brain. I was like, is that the girl that we
Yeah.
saw earlier? Like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, that was
Gem
Jennifer,
lady.
Jennifer Connelly's character.
Like
just got
I
chopped up.
didn't quite get that until it was like, oh wait, was that her? Oh well, whatever.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. It was it's a movie you got to see once.
Once.
Yeah.
It may
that's
not
fair.
like it. You might like it. I don't know. Like it's definitely cut down the middle because it's sitting at like it's like 60 something on Rotten Tomatoes. Even like I
It's
don't
a-
like.
It's
I don't
a
like.
7.6 on IMDb.
Oh, it's 59 on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's definitely cut down.
What's
the middle.
user or audience?
Let's see. 95% like this movie of Google users.
Oh,
But like that's for people who want to go and support it.
I guess that's true.
And then you have IMDb that's sitting at a 7.6, which is kind of high for some
Again, I
movies.
think because it's James Cameron and it is a pretty looking movie, people are giving it some benefit of the doubt. They're not
Yeah.
really focusing on the writing and the storylines and everything.
Oh, so we saw this. Did you see it at Camp Plaza?
The second time.
Oh, okay. You saw it at Camp Plaza, right?
No,
Oh.
I went home that weekend back up towards Cleveland. and
Oh, okay. So you went up
to
to
a theater.
Cleveland and saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Camp Plaza Cinemas is now called Movie Scoop Camp Plaza.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's weird.
Breaking news, everybody.
Breaking news: they changed the name to Movie Scoop, and they have the nice little
I don't like that.
recliner seats. But yeah, that was Alita Battle Angel, and it's just something you got to see at least once.
You gotta experience it. I mean, it's all right.
So on to the next thing. We saw you wanted me to see you showed me something on Wednesday.
I did, and I found these because they were in my YouTube recommended. Like I went on the YouTube one day, and I see something called Sparkshorts, and it is by Pixar. Pixar is making you know their shorts that they make before movies.
Yeah.
They are now making them and putting them on YouTube, like new ones. And I've seen 3 of them.
The one that I saw that you showed me the first time was Kitbull.
Yes, that
And
one.
then
Oh man, that
I
one hit.
tried to watch Smash and Grab during one of my classes, and that was I think I kind of just missed the point
I didn't
of
like that one too much.
And what was the other one?
The yarn one, where like
Lost and Found.
Oh wait, was that not the one that you showed me?
That wasn't Pixar though, but that's a good one.
There is one that they did with there's like a yarn, like a little yarn ball starts a job at like this big corporate place where like all guys in suits and stuff.
Oh, is it Pearl?
Yeah, Pearl.
Okay,
that's the one.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
And she's like, preppy, like, oh man, I'm so excited to work here and start my new job here.
I'm just gonna put this in front of Steph, my computer in front of Steph, so she's gonna view it with no audio. We're just gonna talk about it.
Yeah, and then she's like, starts getting excluded from like everybody like there who works there because they're all like bro jockey guys who are like talk nonsense the whole time. And then eventually she changes her look to match theirs, and then she gets included in stuff. But then, as she gets invited to like go somewhere, another little yarn ball, a yellow one, shows up, and then she's like feels bad because they exclude her again. And then she's like, I remember what that was like being there, so I'm gonna be your friend. Then eventually, towards the end, it becomes like this nice thing where like the yarn balls and regular people just start to mingle now.
Yeah.
And everybody's included in everything.
The one yarn one that I saw, because I was in the KSUIF office and I was working on the computer, and someone put on Lost and Found up on the TV screen to show Ashley, our Film Fest coordinator, and I was watching it, and it's a stop motion film. So like Pixar's like their Sparkshort, it's animation, right? Like that's straight up animation. Like this was stop motion, so every single one of it was just kind of special to each frame. And the story is there's two yarn animals. Like there's a dinosaur and then there's a fox. And I forget what happens because I wasn't watching it at the time, but a fox is over by a water hole and falls in. It's like this weird water hole where it just pours water in and like takes water as it goes and just keeps pouring it.
Yeah.
So this fox is stuck in there and it's trying to get out, but every time it tries to get out, it's pouring water on him. So it's like it's essentially drowning.
Mm-hmm.
And the green dinosaur takes notice of this, like, oh no, I got to go and help. So the dinosaur runs to like the edge of the desk and its foot hits a nail and he falls off and his yarn is now caught on the nail. So the dinosaur is like, oh, well, I don't have time to fix that. I'll just go and run after the fox still. But as he runs, like more yarn is just like he's just coming undone as he goes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like running through like chairs, which I think is kind of dumb. Like why would come on, dude? But like I understand that. And he gets to the point where he kind of like just becomes a head and like a leg.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to save the fox. So like he sets up this little contraption. He jumps and flings himself over there, and as he's flying, his head just becomes nothing, and he's just a line of string and fluff. But the string hits the water hole and pulls, and the fox is able to pull himself out. So when the fox pulls himself out, he sees this string just going from the desk over and like all this fluff on the inside.
Yeah.
And the fox is like, oh no. So like he just grabs like all the yarn and like the fluff and then like tries to rebuild his friend. And like at the end, like he's trying to, and then like everything comes undone. He's like, so then he goes and like does it again. And it's such a very cute film.
Mm.
Like it hit me a little bit, and it hit Ash mostly.
Oh yeah.
Like she was crying, but like then again, she cries at everything. And I can say that she's not listening to this. But it's a good short, and like the difference with these Sparkshorts, like especially with Kitbull that she's watching, it's 2D animation.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Like Pixar has done like a 2DS style, like 3D that looks like 2D.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is.
I think this one's purely 2D.
Yeah, it's purely 2D, and like there might be some other elements that they like wanted to use 3D because they kind of know what they're doing most of the time.
Yeah.
So they kind of maybe change something. But like I'm interested to see where these Sparkshorts go. Like, are they like? Is this a new thing, or like are they just releasing one every week?
The first one that came out was Pearl, and that came out like 2 weeks ago. And then The next one was Smash and Grab, which was a week ago, and then 4 days ago was Kitbull.
So they're pretty much like doing something like every week. So maybe next week there's another Pixar short.
Yeah, probably.
So they probably just have people.
They might. I'm starting to wonder if they have these saved up, or if they're just making these just for fun.
I think they might just be made for fun, or like they're kind of like trying to build their
like catalog or whatever.
Yeah, like they want something to show at least. But like
they're
Pixar,
really cool.
they don't have to not show anything.
Yeah.
And the greatest thing about like Smash and Grab and Kitbull and Lost and Found is that like they're told without dialogue.
Well, not Lost and Found.
Oh yeah, well no, I mean Lost and Found because I haven't seen Pearl.
Oh right.
Like those ones are told without dialogue, and those ones essentially always get the most emotion out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're kind of like taking it all in. You're not having to have someone tell you what they're feeling or what's going on. You're just watching their actions, and you're like, oh, like how does that feel if that happened to me? Like, oh, I would probably cry or whatever.
Mm.
But
well, that's the thing is like Kitbull did it more for me than Smash and Grab did, and I don't know. I think it's just because Kitbull had more it's involved a cat and a dog. And I'm like, oh, I've had both those pets, and they're animals that like everyone loves.
Yeah.
But then like Smash and Grab was like had like a Wall-E-esque feel, and I really didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
Like this, like it felt weird, like the animation. Like there might have been something where.
I mean, it was
like animated weirdly.
They probably did quick animation for it, so
yeah.
like they wanted something out. So I'm guessing that's just what Pixar does.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Pixar's motives are on these. Like, were they just releasing them for fun? Or
I don't know. I think, but they are great at shorts storytelling.
Absolutely.
Like they're so good.
Like one of my most favorite shorts. The one that everyone talks about is always like the most recent one that they ever did. So like Incredibles 2, they had Bao. The one where like the dumpling, or the mother who's like making dumplings makes her kid essentially. And like
I don't think I've seen that one.
Have you seen The Incredibles 2?
I have, but I don't think I remember. I don't think that. I just rented it.
So you didn't.
So I don't think
you didn't get the show. You never saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, because they played that. They played that before the thing in theaters, and that one was pretty good. I mean, I didn't quite understand it until I saw it the second time, but then I understood it.
My favorite one will forever be the one before A Bug's Life with the old man playing chess with himself.
I love that one. I really do love
that one. That one is always going to be my favorite one.
Oh man, no, I think there's like two that I remember. They're what was the one with like I forget what he was, but it was like his tail was bouncing or whatever, and he was bouncing or something.
I don't know.
But
do
like
you know what movie it came before?
No. I think it was a movie that I liked to watch. I don't know if it was Toy Story 2. It wasn't Cars.
Do you remember? So it was about something bouncing.
Yeah.
I can't.
I don't know. It was like a weird animal, but like he was talking.
Oh.
Whatever.
For the Birds. Remember that one?
I saw it. Yeah, I remember that one. I don't know which movie that came before though.
That was Monsters Inc.
That was Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, it was Monsters Inc.
You trying to make me cry on air?
I wanted an actual reaction, but what did you think?
Wow.
You showed her
Kitbull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one gets real heavy with like halfway through.
I mean, the subject.
Mm-hmm. It's.
Oh my god.
It's very. I want to call it. It's very like dark for Pixar.
It's dark, but like it hits a real subject
it does.
matter.
I'm not sure if I would call it. The subject matter is dark. The short itself is not.
No, yeah, it's very sweet. Like nothing.
Yes.
I mean, bad stuff happens, but it's not horrible. Like, well, it is. It's horrible bad. It's Pitbull.
So yeah, it's fighting.
It's an abused Pitbull.
Yeah.
And
it it does a better job at like breaking that, I guess, logic of thinking of where people are like, oh, it's like a pit bull, like it's violent or whatever. Like, no, it's a dog. It's nice. It's the owner that makes it the way it is.
And that's, that really drives home in this short.
Yeah, and like it's just also the design of the animals itself. The cat is like I can see why they can do it in 2D. Because if you did this in 3D, that would look scary.
Oh, yeah,
but no, this is like the cat is adorable, and it's also.
I think it acts too very much like a cat.
Yes,
like
I was gonna say like the animation, the way when it's playing with the cap.
Yeah.
It does the things I've seen my cat do.
Like that's someone's looked at a cat and was like, "Yep, okay, that's."
Someone
how...
put a bottle cap in front of their cat and just drew it.
And like they all like and. You know, because the cat scratches the dog's nose, that's a reaction that a cat can do, and like it hurts you because you're like, oh man, no, like, no, don't do that. And it's like, oh, that's so sad.
There is a happy ending though.
There is a very happy ending, but like, no, yeah, Pixar's doing these shorts and they're called Sparkshorts and they're really good. You can view them on their YouTube channel, which is just Disney Pixar, or if you just search #Sparkshorts on YouTube, then you'd be able to find it. Also, like that brings me into Toy Story 4. Why does that look like a movie that needs to be made? I just want to we're not gonna get.
No, I feel like they tied it up in Toy Story 3.
Yeah, I feel
with
like
a really good message that like giving up your toys doesn't mean like you're giving up.
So I don't. I have no idea what this one's really going to be about, other than just like.
Isn't them finding Bo Peep?
Is that most of the story?
Is that true or is that just the rumor?
I think that might be. I think that's the rumor.
I mean, Bo Peep's in it, yeah.
Yeah,
but
finding where Bo Peep is and then dealing.
We
with
haven't
this,
seen her in 2 movies, right?
She hasn't been in.
She wasn't in the third one.
She wasn't in the third one because what happened to Bo? What happened to Bo? I guess we're gonna find out that.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just move on. So you mentioned something about Marvel and Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel has pulled everything off of Netflix, or Netflix has decided to cancel everything.
No, I think Marvel's taken everything off of Netflix because they want to start their own streaming service.
They're doing Disney has their streaming service, so everything Marvel is going to go there. I don't know if they're gonna take the cast they have now and take them over, or if they're just scrapping the whole thing.
I hope they do because who's the guy that plays the Punisher? He's great.
Oh, he was in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. Something.
John Bernthal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, John. He is so good as the Punisher.
Yeah. I love John Bernthal. He's really good at everything because he's menacing. And at the same time, he cannot be menacing.
Yeah.
He can be a cool dude. But as Punisher, he definitely works. And I think the shows that they canceled off recently, like Jessica Jones and what was the other one? The Punisher, yeah. Jessica Jones and Punisher. I think those ones are staying. They're not bringing back Iron Fist.
No. Iron Fist is canceled. Daredevil's canceled. Luke Cage is
Everything's canceled.
Jessica Jones was recently canceled.
Yeah, so the things that are recently canceled.
Before her next season comes out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
The last season, which is weird.
I think what they might do is the shows that were canceled before they did Jessica Jones and all that stuff probably won't come back. Like Iron Fist, I don't think anybody really cares.
No, I didn't, at least.
I didn't care. I didn't really like Iron Fist, but I feel like if they wanted to, they could also just bring in.
Unless they want to do the Defenders.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They could just do Defenders. They could just have Defenders on there and just have.
Honestly, I think they should just have I really like the episodes when Iron Fist and Luke Cage were together.
Mm-hmm.
Those episodes were really good.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was I think it was just in the second season of Luke Cage when Iron Fist showed up, but Luke Cage didn't show up in Iron Fist's second season. But that episode when Iron Fist was with Luke Cage were really good episodes. He definitely felt like he was better in that than his own show.
Yeah.
So I think they should if they do bring him back, it's gonna be Luke Cage and Iron Fist together, then
That'd
just Jessica
fun.
Jones, just Daredevil, and then just Punisher.
Yeah. I mean they can essentially do whatever they want. They're Disney. They'll toss money at something if they think it sucks or if it's good, but again,
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna get toned down.
It might. It might get toned down because you get a little bit more freedom on Netflix.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, the whole Disney streaming service thing just makes me so angry.
I don't like paying for multiple streaming services.
That's the reason streaming happened, because people didn't want to do cable anymore.
Yeah.
So they just had everything. They had everything together on this one site, Netflix or Hulu, and now they're.
Now it's okay.
All these companies are making their own streaming services.
Let's pay $50 a month so I can have my Netflix, so I can have Hulu, so I can have DC Universe, I can have Disney.
It's cable again.
It is cable. It's cable.
It's cable, but it's
you're paying for internet.
You're paying for separate channels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you were to think of having, every channel on TV, you're paying now for each channel pretty much.
Yeah.
It's Disney Plus.
It's
kind of Netflix how pirating happens.
This is how pirating happens, and it's when you
this
view,
is why pirating.
Yeah.
It's when you view how net neutrality is going to happen. It's essentially kind of like that, where everybody gets their own separate thing. I don't this. Nickelodeon basically puts all this stuff on Verve, right?
I have no idea.
Verve is another thing. Like, you get shows on Verve, and those are like basic stuff. But like, you can. I'm not saying pirate, but you can pirate these because anybody can pirate if you know how to do it, and it's scary. Not scary, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Marvel and Disney, like, whatever. They are a multi-billion-dollar company. They can probably do whatever the hell they want.
What really bothers me though is the fact that on their Disney Plus they have Star Wars stuff going to it that like you probably like no one's gonna be able to see unless you get it.
Yeah, there's like new shows they're gonna make too. There's the Scarlet Witch and Vision show they're gonna do. There's a Bucky and Falcon one they're making. That's only going to be on there.
There's a Loki one too.
There's a Loki one.
Bucky and Falcon, aren't they dead?
Listen, we've been new.
We won't get into that.
We're not. No.
Wait, when is Miss Marvel's?
Miss Marvel's
Miss
next
Marvel?
month.
Not Miss
next
Marvel.
month.
Miss Marvel.
Captain
Cat
Marvel.
Marvel's next month.
Yeah, it is next month, and then Infinity War is April. No,
Endgame.
Endgame is April.
And then Spider-Man.
Well,
that's in the summer.
That is in the summer. We won't be able to talk about that in the summer.
Because I like when I first saw the first still for The Mandalorian, I was like, all right, I'm interested, but like now I can't watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be on Disney Plus.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Same with like they're bringing back the Clone Wars animation, like 3D.
Oh yeah. Well, like didn't they do that with Rebels?
No.
Oh wait, no, I know.
They're bringing back Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated.
I thought it was only for like one more season.
I don't know. I don't know if it is one more season, but they're bringing that back onto their streaming service.
I really want to get the DC Universe thing, but I don't want to because there's a whole lot of stuff on there that I don't want to watch. But I want to watch Young Justice season 3.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I really want to watch.
Just wait
season
till
3.
someone puts it on YouTube.
It'll be put on YouTube eventually, maybe. I don't know. I've been watching people react to it mostly, and it's like, okay, that's as much I'm gonna get from it.
I always see like short stuff of it on like my Instagram Explore.
Yeah, I always see.
I'm
some
like,
of it.
man, I want to watch this, but like, I'm not gonna pay for the service.
And like they changed the design of some of the characters. So like, because like they made what was it? They made the Flash look more like more recent versions of the Flash, where like they have like the chin strap underneath, and like you can see his eyes rather.
Yeah.
So like it's interesting. Like they're just changing up designs, and I like Young Justice. Like I binged like the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
Or
they were
like
really good.
season 1 and season 2, 3 times because it was good. Like it was really good. And I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like
remind me of like when I used to watch Teen Titans.
yeah.
Like, because I used to
That
the original Teen Titans before it was Teen Titans Go.
I hate Teen Titans Go because Cartoon Network was like, do we want to do season 3 or put Teen Titans Go? We're gonna put Teen Titans Go instead of Young Justice. Like, excuse me. Well, so they just replaced. I don't know. I'm not that big of a fan of Teen Titans Go, but apparently they do stuff good and whatever.
I guess the movie was really good or something.
Yeah, they really liked the movie because it was another. Well, it's a DC movie, and it's not a grimy DC movie.
It's
not
it's
Wonder Woman
self-aware.
or anything. Yeah, it's self-aware. It's kind of like Lego Batman. People thought Lego Batman was that good too, and it was a DC film.
I haven't seen it, but I just know it's self-aware because they blatantly poke fun at the Stan Lee cameos.
Yeah,
Like they
they
threw it in there as like, here's Stan Lee, he's making a cameo in a DC movie, which I don't even think it was him.
no, it was
voicing
probably somebody else. But
yeah.
rest in peace to him. Also, let's see how much time do we have?
I think we're about time to wrap up. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, let's talk about the Oscars are this Sunday, or like when everyone's listening to this, it'll be
over.
It'll be over yesterday, and we're gonna be talking about who actually won next week and what we,
If we're right,
if we made good guesses or anything like that.
And I still think Best Picture is going to be won by The Green Book. Like, The Green Book's just going to come out of left field and win.
The Green Book. I also saw Bohemian Rhapsody in its entirety the other day. It's really
I
good.
still watch it.
It's really good.
I love Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't think it's Best Picture, but
I don't think it's Best Picture.
Rami better win Best Actor.
Like, I definitely think he's up there. I think I said Bradley Cooper was going to win Best Actor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you said that.
You
You don't have your note? You don't have your list?
I don't. Well, it's in a different document, and I have to keep this document open. Otherwise, I don't know how the podcast is going to end.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But no. Like, I think I said Bradley Cooper because I did like him in A Star Is Born.
That's a plane, boys.
Oh, crap.
I don't think that will get picked up on the mics.
It might. I don't know. but Rami Malek.
Rami
Malek.
Yes.
Rami Malek. Yeah, he's good. He does. I mean, I never saw Freddie Mercury in person.
Right.
But I want to give the makeup department a good
Yes.
thing on him, because they definitely got his teeth right.
Mm-hmm.
They got his mustache right. And when I look at him up on that Live Aid stage, that looks like, I already said this before, but that looks like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
And I hate being a film student because I can look at the group of people, the whole stadium audience, and I was like,
that's a real audience.
I just saw that guy in the blue shirt 500 times.
That's just they just all got the same shirt. That's a live audience.
They got 20 people to stand in front of a green screen and go.
Wait, you mean that's not a live audience?
You mean they didn't actually go to Live Aid and film
You mean
that?
they didn't go to Wembley Stadium and
yeah, and fill the whole stadium? They didn't. That wasn't a location shoot.
No. I gotta keep going back to that to make sure it's still recording. I hate that.
Yeah, we're not using Audition because there's a problem with it today. So we're using Audacity.
The audacity to use Audacity. I don't know. We still have no one to run sound, so we're kind of doing it ourselves.
We will next week.
We will.
Yeah, we will.
Will?
We will.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah.
It's 100% confirmed.
Yes.
Is it who I think it is?
Yes.
Are they also a guest?
I don't know. They could be. They can be. If they want to be. If they want to be on mic, they can. We have a fourth.
That's true. I'll ask them if they want to be on. If they want to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Wow. Let's wrap up the podcast here. So Steph.
Good.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would? In my notes here, I say promote Steph's social media and in parentheses other end endeavors. So is there anything you're working on this semester that you would like to?
I'm helping Brandon Hurst with his senior project Eden, and we are looking for cast and crew.
And you're helping me with mine.
And I am helping Mike with his
yes, we need
office parody.
Oh yeah, it's I haven't talked about what my senior project is on here. Mine is a mockumentary style of Kent Independent Films. Kent State Independent Films.
Yeah. And Brandon's is a modern interpretation of the Adam and Eve story.
Yeah,
so
Eden.
If that sounds interesting to anybody,
look out for that.
Go to
Promote
KSUIF.
it this week, promote it next week at the same time.
There is a towards the end of the semester. There's a senior watch party, I think, or something like that, where the seniors go.
All the senior projects.
Yeah, you can watch the senior projects. That's at the end of the semester.
Yeah.
There'll be something out. I'm sure we'll talk about it once it comes up.
We'll talk about it. But do you have a social media?
I do. You can go to my Twitter, which is I'm a Greek Tragedy, all lowercase and all one word.
Yes, the Wombat song.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm a Greek Tragedy, and that's your Twitter. And
yeah, that's my Twitter.
Is that also your Instagram?
No, my Instagram is All Hail Steph.
All Hail Steph.
I was young
the
when
Greek
I
Tragedy.
made that.
The Greek Tragedy.
All right. Well, thank you, Steph, for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. It was fun to yell about Alita for half an hour.
Yeah,
that was actually more than half an hour where we talked about Alita. That's better than we got with Velvet Buzzsaw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we came back to it. We circled back to it.
We kind of came back to it. It must have just been like, hey, you got to see the movie. But all right, at the time that we're recording this, it is February 22nd, and it'll go up on February 25th. So during this week, we will be holding our mixer. That'll be in Franklin Hall, 5 to 8, in room 213. So if you
March 1st.
March 1st, Friday, Franklin Hall, 5 to 8 o'clock, Franklin Hall, 213, the room.
Don't forget it.
Don't forget. Please come to the mixer. If you are actually looking to mingle and collaborate with other creative types that are around Kent State and Franklin Hall, then this would be a great time to come. And you can also we're also giving out free food and free headshots.
Yes, I'm going for the headshots.
She's going for the headshots. I might go for the headshots. I don't know.
I might go to sign the headshots.
Yeah. And I know that because
not even mine, everyone else's.
And because
with my signature.
Yeah, and because we record these on Fridays, and they come out on Mondays, I won't have time to say on the Friday podcast that we are actually holding another monthly meeting on the 4th of Monday at 8:30 in Franklin Hall 314. I think it's 314, right? The big room, First Energy room in Franklin Hall.
That's 340.
340?
Yeah, that room is 340.
Oh, yeah, it is 340. Where's 314? Oh, 314 is the other room. Right. Yeah, 340.
How long have you been in Kent?
It's only been like 2 or 3 years, man. You gotta calm down.
All your classes are in this building. Except for one.
I don't pay attention to numbers. I'm a film student.
Me too.
Anyway, yeah, the monthly meeting, the big monthly meeting is March 4th, 8:30 p.m. in Franklin 340. So be sure to come if you want to get updated on what's going on with Kent State and what we're doing and what I'm doing.
Specifically what Independent Films is doing.
Specifically what we are doing with independent films in our short films. Be sure to follow KSUIF on Twitter. That is KSUIF2. And on Instagram, it's KSUIF 2018. Go to the website. Go to our Facebook if you want to keep up to date with things that are happening in KSUIF. And if you are interested in becoming the new president of KSUIF, Student Media has launched their applications early. So if you want to, there's a link on the website. It'll be the first post that you see where it says Student Media Leadership Opportunities, and it'll take you to the list of things, and you can apply to be a leader or a president of any student media organization on campus. But right now, it's Kent State or KSUIF that's up, and I think it's the Burr. It's there, but like definitely keep up to date with that, and you can probably come up to be president of the organization.
Wow, that
was rough, huh?
I know that was very rough.
That one.
But nothing else is open for that. So if you want to be president, hey, go ahead and apply. Who knows? But anyway, I have been Matt. That was Mike.
I'm still Mike.
And Steph. Thank you for listening to the podcast, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.